All right, got my 18-inch crescent I painted. This one was rusted really bad, surface rust, so. But anyways, let's see what I can do here. Probably should have put this in the hang on a second. Tighten my vise up just a little bit. I don't even know if I'm getting this in the picture or not, sorry. I think I am. I literally need about a quarter of a twist. Quarter of an inch. I'm trying to go slow here. I'm just a hair off. All right. Well, the threads on the end down here got a little burr on it. Oh, that's perfect. Foot sets really, really well right there. Okay. I'm just gonna set this in the Vaporust. I really got several of these I need to clean. I wonder if I can see if I can straighten the thumb up here. Might have to use a pair of pliers on it. All right, let's just do the Vaporust. Be right back. All right, got this Jorgensen or Jorgensen. I can't pronounce it right. Who cares? It's a clamp, 6-inch. It's actually in really good shape. It's straight now. I need to go back over the wire wheel. So put it over the wire wheel. There's some like epoxy or something on it, I think. Clean it up real good. And then someone beat on it with a hammer. I noticed on this side it was beat on. So more than likely, that's how it got bent. Anyways, we'll come back to it in a minute. All right, cleaned it up again with the wire wheel. And it's a 106 Jorgensen. And it says made in USA, but it says malleable. And then it has 6-inch, has a V right there, and then has an L in a square, a box. Cool. Actually looks in very good shape. Straightened it. I straightened this end up. I straightened the butterfly, or whatever you want to call it. Anyways, it's time to clean this really good, and I'm going to blue this. I'm just going to blue it. I've got another one, I think, that I painted gray with hammer gray. I think I'm just going to start bluing all these now. They do look better blued. Can't leave it like this because as soon as water hits it or humidity hits it, I'm sure it'll start sweating. It'll turn gray or rust. Actually, I wish it'd stay like this. This color, this kind of looks cool. Anyways, just wanted to show you what it looks like cleaned up. Now, I guess I need to really clean it with some carb cleaner, go over it real good, and then blue it. All right, been off been working a few days, so I'm gonna get back, clean these up real good, and then get ready to blue them. Or this one here. Clean my hands real good so I would get all the, I was working on something else. And I want to hurry up and get this blued because it's outside, it's in the shade, it's like 102 by one gauge and 104 by the other. So if I set this in the sun, it should, the oil, after I blew it, I'll soak it with some oil. It should look pretty good. I'm hoping that I can get a dark color on this. Yeah, see the black's coming off. Let me hurry up and finish cleaning this. I'll go back to bluing it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Brownells, that's what I'm using. Those of you who've watched my videos before know I like this stuff, so let's get after it. Oh man, I like it already. Like it, like it, like it. There's a spot right there. It won't even take the bluing. Huh. Yep. Won't take it there. Wonder if that's something I missed cleaning. And I might have, because I was in a hurry. I'm trying to get this done. Number of things. One, it's warm outside, and two, I've got so much to do. Days off suck. Sometimes I'd rather be working. I think we're going to be in a heat wave. See, now it's taking a little bit of color. Okay. Oh well. Don't know why it does that, but it did. All right. Let me finish this and I'll come back and shine it up. All right, I think I got it all blued that I want. Nope, I missed spots. I can see it now. Turn the camera on. Show you guys that I'm gonna wipe it down. It says let sit for 60 seconds. Part of this is sat for longer than 60 seconds. I'm supposed to just wipe it off and then go back over some steel wool. 4/0 what I normally use. For some reason, right here in the corners, I'm having a hard time getting it wiped dry. It's 4-aught oil now. Gives it kind of an antique-y look. Tell you what, we'll use the brass brush on the numbers and the lettering, make them stand out a little bit more. Bad on the sides of it, look good on this side. See a difference? That's, and then that side's done. Let me, here, I'll show you what I'm gonna do here. I don't know how this video is gonna run, sorry guys, because I don't have the time. I would like to. I'm just going to use the brass brush on the threads. Like that. All right, let me finish brushing it down and see what we get. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to oil this now with some 3-in-1 oil. It's an old can. And then I'm going to set it outside in the heat. And I took the temperature of my pickup truck. It's dark blue, and the paint on it sitting in the sun's 131. So if I set this outside, I figure this will get just as hot or hotter. And that, like I said, one of the viewers once said that maybe that's similar to hot bluing. It's just opening up and, you know, kind of like you do a cast iron skillet, you're seasoning it. And maybe that's what it does. All I know is after you oil it and you put it in the sun, this thing, metal like this gets dark. So that is what I'm doing. Shout out to Big Life Lionhead Restorations. A while back he said his buddy does bluing. That's what he does. He gives it a coat of oil, which that's, you know, seems to work for me. Like I said, my tools, my rules, so seems to work. I'll just let this say, we're not gonna have any, I don't think we got any rain coming for days or weeks maybe. So I'm just gonna let this sit for a couple days in the sun. I gotta do some jobs tomorrow in the heat. Gotta love the heat. Never tried dyeing in the heat. I've tried dyeing in the cold once. That sucked. I think I'd rather dye in the sun, in the heat. Cold weather sucks. This should look pretty good. I've got several more of these that I really need to do. These are a little harder to do than pliers. The little edges and stuff. Right there you can see where I didn't blue very well. I hope it comes up on camera. See where it didn't take? And not sure why I didn't take there. And it could be I had maybe, I don't think it's my finger because I didn't grab it there in my hands. I try to clean my hands real good before I do this, but who knows. Do I really need to do this? This thing wasn't bad. I got a couple others that are more rusted than this one. I just want my tools to look good, function good. And this, by all means, gonna work. It's going to work. If you ever grab one of these and you have to sit there and twist and grind trying to turn this shaft, you probably need to clean it. A friend of mine's got one. He's got splatter, welder splatter all over it and gripes every time he uses it. I told him, well, at least put it on the wire wheel, clean off some of the splatter. Oh, he gripes. He thinks the tool should clean itself. I don't know. He gripes because it doesn't work right. I'm like, well, it might be the user. He ain't like that. It's all right. I was on mountain to right. He was wrong. Clean your tools up a little bit. Your tools, you keep your tools clean, makes the job easier. This one will probably stay here. I've got another one I need to clean. I won't take it to work. All right, it's oiled up everywhere. Looks like I got it oiled pretty good. Yeah. Looks like, yep. Hope you guys can see that. I'll just set it outside, let it sit for a few days. Like I said, it's between 102 and 104 depending on which thermometer you're reading. And then my truck, the paint on my truck said 131, so this should heat up pretty good. All right, be back in a day or two. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there's a spot of oil right there. There's a little bit of oil down on the inside. It didn't dry up. I guess it's real heavy in that spindle or ball, whatever you want to call it. But look, sitting outside 3 days, 3 nights, and almost all the oil's gone. There's a little bit of oil residue. right there. Right on the, I don't know, Acme thread, whatever you want to call the threads. But this thing turned out nice. You can see there's a spot right there that the color didn't take very well. And then using that brass brush, give it a brass tint right there on the lettering. And this thing turned out just perfect. You can even see the stamp, a V, and then there's a, looks like could be an L in that square, but that's factory. And we got to talking about this. We think this is at least 70 and maybe close to 100 years old. But that's talking to some of the buddies and some of the old timers I know. And this thing's in excellent shape. It just turned out so nice. I am going to do the rest of mine like this. That cold bluing and then oiling them and then just letting them set out in the sun. And that's the reason I want to do them now during the summer while it's so hot, because it's every bit of 102 today, I think, is what they're saying. Heat index of like 100, between 107 and 110. So sitting in the sun, this thing pretty much, it's like setting it in the oven and just letting it sit there and bake. And that does such a good job. I guess the oil evaporates is what I would think. You know, they say the metal expands and absorbs some of it, but I don't know. All I know is I got a nice clamp, and I got less than $1 in it. Some of the clamps I have, I got 1, 2, 3. I think I got a 10-inch up there or 11-inch up there, and I paid 50 cents for it. And it's older than this one. It's got the pointed thumbs turn on it. That one's going to be nice to redo. But yeah, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Don't buy the cheap ones from the stores, the new ones. You can find these almost every garage sale. I have seen so many of these for sale lately at the garage sales that I've drove by. I kick myself not for buying them. I have probably more than a dozen of them now. I don't need them, but my gosh, for 50 cents or $1, you just can't go wrong with these things. They're easy to clean up. You can do everything I did with a Dremel tool or 4.5-inch grinder with a wire wheel on it, and then clean it with denatured alcohol carburetor cleaner, and then blue it. And you don't have to oil it like I do, but yeah, it real easy to take care of. They are. I have something I guarantee will last another 100 years, unless I weld with this one, which I won't, because I have other vice grips, old junky vice grips and stuff that I use. This will be used to hold things down, especially on my table or in my vise. I do have one similar to this that I use for brakes, just because I don't have to buy a brake caliper. I don't know what they call that thing. Depressor. I don't have to pay $60, $70 for something I got 50 cents in, and it works just fine. All right, ladies and gentlemen, tell me what you think. Give me thumbs up, thumbs down. You like my little vise? It is in very, very good condition. I mean, that is, I'm happy with it. Sometimes your tools turn out so good, and then sometimes you just wonder why you tried. But in this case, it turned out great. Tell me what you guys think. Subscribe if you like. I'll bring old junk tools back to a good working condition. And here's a representation of that. All right, guys, y'all have a good day.